So it looks like Bryan Mbeumo is off to Manchester United. An absolutely mind-boggling decision from the player in terms of first-team football, in terms of success, in terms of, his own footballing career, I think. It's a weird one. It really is. Manchester United, who finished 15th in the Premier League this season. Manchester United, who lost the Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspur. Probably the worst game of football that has been witnessed. And yet, the guy wants to go to Manchester United. It's quite incredible. And Brentford as well. Brentford have named their asking price for the player. And it's way above what his valuation is. And his bloody release clause is, apparently. It's unbelievable. But let's get straight into that, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, though, guys, if you want to get instant access to my videos. And if you want to leave a comment on this video, please do. It'd be great to hear from you. Okay, so Bryan Mbeumo has decided he wants to wear the red of Manchester United. Not the black and white of Newcastle United. Not Newcastle United, who have qualified for the Champions League this season. Not Newcastle United, who have got Alexander Isak playing up top and one of the best strikers in the world, if not the best striker in the world at this moment in time. A young, energetic manager in Eddie Howe. Owners who are willing to spend big to turn Newcastle United into a winning force. No. He wants to go to mice-infested Manchester United. He wants to go to Old Trafford Stadium crumbling at the bloody core. He wants to go and play for a team who finished 15th in the Premier League last season. Utter rubbish as far as the reputation of Manchester United is concerned. But yeah, the player wants to go there. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, why would he want to go to Manchester United? Well, the reason isn't because of the great red shirts. It's not the legacy of the club. It's not about the history of the club. No. Bryan Mbeumo has turned down Newcastle United because he doesn't want to play in Europe. He wants to go to Manchester United and play mediocre football. That's the gist I'm getting. Is that right? Wrong. No. Bryan Mbeumo has decided to go to Manchester United because they are going to pay him big bucks. They are going to pay him a lot of money to go there. I mean, Brentford have already named their price. £60 million they want in the region of £60 million for Bryan Mbeumo. Even though he's only valued at £50 million. His release clause, £50 million. Brentford is saying, no, we want £60 million. But Newcastle might have said, yeah, we'll pay that. No problem. To secure his services. But the kid has decided he wants to go to Manchester United because Bryan Mbeumo has decided, do you know, I don't believe that players can actually do this. He has asked for his salary of £45,000 at Brentford, which is, quite low compared to some of the wages out there these days for footballers. Bryan Mbeumo has asked for it to be quadrupled. So in a region of £200,000 a week, he is demanding from Manchester United or Newcastle United. And I tell you one thing, right? Newcastle United have got all that money in the bank, but they are not going to be taken to the cleaners by some jumped up little sod from Brentford. There's no way Newcastle United are going to be held to ransom on that score. Newcastle United, if he did go and talk to Newcastle, they would give him the contract. They would say, right, that's what you're going to get paid. And let's just say Newcastle were going to give him, say, £100,000 a week, which is still quite a lot of money. Way more than his salary at Brentford. It's quite incredible, really, isn't it? Newcastle would say that's what you're getting. And if he turned around and says, no, I want an extra 100,000, Newcastle would say, hey, the door's there, buddy lad. Get out of it. Walk through it. Leave the club. Do not come back looking for a second opportunity to sign for us because this is the rock you've perished on, bonny lad. That is the end of it. We will not be held to ransom. And bigger fool Manchester United if they decide to pay him that sort of money. But Manchester United will pay him that sort of money because they're bloody desperate. They're desperate to turn things around. They're desperate to get players through the door. They've got big earners at the club already. But, you know, is that going to change things at Man United? Bringing in a couple of players? Like in Mbeumo coming in? And there's talk now Alexander Mitrovic could be on his way to Old Trafford. Goodness me. A bloke who couldn't hit a donkey's arse from 2 yards at Newcastle. But, you know, he done well at Fulham. He's done well in Saudi Arabia. And yet, yeah, okay, Manchester United looking for him. He has matured. Yes, he's turned into a good player. But would I have him back at Newcastle? No. Because there's better players than him out there. You know? But that is the way I look at it, right? Manchester United, it's desperation. So they will pay for Bryan Mbeumo to go to Old Trafford. They will pay him £200,000 a week. They will pay Brentford £60 million to take £60,000, wages. Sorry, £60 million. Goodness me, I'm getting mixed up with wages and that. You see how it annoys you? Players have such control. They have all the power. It is unbelievable. And this player is holding both clubs to ransom. Well, if I was Newcastle United, I'd be saying, on your bike, son. No way. We are not going to give you that sort of money. We are not going to pay that sort of money for you either. On your rocket, son. That is a way of it. Go to Manchester United. You want to go to Man United? Go there. But I tell you what, don't come whinging to us when it doesn't work out. Because we've seen that too many players have said, oh dear, I wish I'd gone to Newcastle now. Yeah, but yeah, the chance is gone, mate. Do you know what it is? Manchester United, at this moment in time, are a little boat bobbing round in the Premier League, and all of a sudden, they're going to see a big boat passing them. And on that side of that big boat is going to be written Newcastle United. And they are going to be well ahead of Manchester United. By the time they've got sailing and going along, Newcastle are going to be on the bloody horizon there, off into the sunset. Manchester United are useless. Them days are gone for Manchester United. The glory days have gone. The theatre of nightmares, as Old Trafford is now called. Newcastle United are going places. Manchester United are going nowhere, Bryan Mbeumo, son. But I'll tell you what, you want to go there and be a money-grabbing little sod, then you do it. You go and join them for money, yeah? Because money talks, and sorry to say it, but bullshit walks. That is the way of it, yeah? You want to go and be a bench warmer at Old Trafford, or go out there with a team that's got just no desire, no eagerness to win, just the crap. But crack on, son. Crack on. Bryan Mbeumo off to Man United. Ta-da for now. Bye-bye. See you later. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Do tune in once again. Thank you once more. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you want access to my videos. And let me know your thoughts on this matter. Bryan Mbeumo has chosen Manchester United over Newcastle. Get in touch, guys. It'd be great to hear from you. Bye-bye for now. Thank you. All the best to you.